At dinner one day in AD 48, the Roman Emperor Claudius became concerned about the absence of his wife Messalina, and asked why she was not dining with him as usual. But Messalina was dead, executed for adultery on orders Claudius had issued only an hour before. He had already forgotten all about it. The emperor was a notorious drunk, and alcohol had destroyed his capacity to remember very recent events. Although the extreme memory loss of the macabre story is very rare, many people suffer partial amnesia because of alcoholism, brain damage, or diseases, or merely as an embarrassing aspect of old age. But healthy people of all ages sometimes forget things from the recent past. Why? For example, do we often forget a telephone number we have looked up only minutes before? It seems that we remember the past on two quite different levels. Claudius, after all, had not forgotten that he had a wife, that she was called Messalina, or that she usually dined with him. Only his short-term memory was affected by his fondness for wine. That part of the memory which neuropsychologists say gives minute-by-minute continuity to our lives. Our short-term memory allows us to recall the last few minutes of a conversation, that the kettle is switched on, and the telephone number we had just looked up. In the healthy individuals, events and experiences that affect us emotionally, as well as important facts and carefully acquired knowledge, are transferred to the long-term memory. Unfortunately, we have only limited conscious control over which information the brain selects to be transferred. The mechanism that shifts the contents of our short-term memory into a permanent store of facts, events, and abilities is still somewhat of a mystery, as is our ability to unearth memories from the distant past. Most scientists agree that long-term memory is not a single entity. Mental abilities are retained in a very different way from facts. There are cases of people losing their memories who can still speak, even though they may have forgotten their own names. Few cases of memory losses are as severe as this, but they can still be traumatic. After suffering a serious head injury, one woman could remember her childhood in Ireland vividly, but had no recall of her journey as a teenager to America, the man she had married there, or the children she had born. Our long-term memories are surprisingly tenacious, and the older they are, the less likely they are to be lost through injury, illness, or prolonged abuse of alcohol. The things we most often forget are the names of things as well as people, numbers, dates, information learned by cramming, and things we do not understand. We also find it hard to remember anything we are embarrassed, frustrated, ill, or even tired. But forgetting happens to us all the time, and it is perfectly normal. There is, it seems, a limit to what we can remember. If we could remember everything all the time, life would become intolerable. As we get older, we shed more and more memories, leaving only the most significant in mental space available.